When we walk through a forest or tend to our gardens, we often overlook the complex world of communication happening right under our noses. Plants, contrary to popular belief, are not silent, passive beings. They are constantly engaged in intricate conversations, sharing information and responding to their environment in ways that would astound most people. Imagine a world where trees can warn each other of approaching dangers, where plants can call for help when under attack, and where underground networks facilitate the exchange of nutrients and information. From the towering redwoods to the humble dandelion in your backyard, plants are engaged in a constant dialogue with their surroundings and each other. They employ chemical signals, electrical impulses, and even underground fungal networks to send messages and share resources. Prepare to be amazed by the secret life of plants and the intricate web of communication that exists in the natural world around us. One of the primary ways plants communicate is through chemical signals. These invisible messengers are released into the air or soil, carrying important information to neighboring plants. When a plant is under attack by insects or pathogens, it can release specific volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, that serve as warning signals to other plants in the vicinity. For example, when a tomato plant is infested with caterpillars, it releases a specific blend of chemicals that not only warns other tomato plants but also attracts predatory wasps that feed on the caterpillars. Plants don't just use chemical signals for warnings, they also use them to communicate with pollinators. Flowers release complex bouquets of scents to attract specific insects or birds for pollination. Even more fascinating is the way plants can eavesdrop on these chemical conversations. Research has shown that some plants can detect and respond to the warning signals of their neighbors, even if they are from a different species. This ability to interpret and act on chemical messages from other plants gives them a significant advantage in preparing for potential threats. While chemical signals are a well-known form of plant communication, the idea that plants use electrical impulses might come as a surprise to many. Recent research has revealed that plants have their own version of a nervous system capable of transmitting electrical signals rapidly throughout their structure. When a plant experiences stress, such as physical damage or extreme temperature changes, it can generate an electrical signal that travels through its tissues. This signal can trigger various responses, such as the closure of leaf pores or stomata, to prevent water loss or the production of defensive chemicals. One of the most dramatic examples of electrical signaling in plants is seen in the Venus flytrap. Scientists have also discovered that some plants can generate waves of electrical activity similar to those seen in the human brain. Beneath our feet lies a vast and intricate network of connections between plants, often referred to as the wood wide web. This underground network is primarily composed of fungal threads called mycelia, which form symbiotic relationships with plant roots. These mycorrhizal fungi act as a living internet, connecting different plants and facilitating the exchange of nutrients, water, and information. Through this network, trees can send carbon, nitrogen, and other nutrients to their neighbors, particularly to younger seedlings that may be struggling in the shade of the forest canopy. But the wood wide web does more than just share nutrients. When a tree is attacked by insects or pathogens, it can send chemical signals through the fungal network to warn its neighbors. The scale and complexity of the wood wide web are staggering. Section 5. Mycorrhizal Networks, Nature's Information Superhighway. At the heart of the wood wide web are mycorrhizal networks formed by the symbiotic relationship between fungi and plant roots. These networks are not just passive structures, they are dynamic systems that actively facilitate communication and resource exchange between plants. The fungi form intricate webs of thin filaments called hyphae, which extend the reach of plant roots and increase their ability to absorb water and nutrients from the soil. By connecting to this fungal network, plants can access a much larger pool of resources than they could on their own. The fungi help plants absorb essential nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen, which are often limited in the soil. When a plant is under attack by pests or pathogens, it can send warning signals through the fungal network to its neighbors. This communication system allows the plant community to respond collectively to challenges, increasing their chances of survival. Research has shown that mycorrhizal networks can even influence plant behavior and competition. Section 6. Warning systems: how plants alert their neighbors. One of the most fascinating aspects of plant communication is their ability to warn each other of impending dangers. When a plant is attacked by herbivores or pathogens, it doesn't suffer in silence. Instead, it sends out alarm signals to alert its neighbors, allowing them to prepare their defenses before they too come under attack. The warning signals can take various forms. As we discussed earlier, plants can release volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, into the air when they're damaged. These airborne chemicals can be detected by neighboring plants, triggering them to start producing defensive compounds. Plants can also send warning signals through the underground mycorrhizal networks we explored earlier. The sophistication of these warning systems is truly remarkable. Section 7. Resource sharing: the generosity of trees. The world of plants is not just about competition for resources, it's also a realm of surprising generosity. Through their interconnected root systems and mycorrhizal networks, trees and other plants engage in resource sharing that benefits the entire community. One of the most striking examples of resource sharing occurs between older, established trees and younger seedlings. Large trees, sometimes called mother trees, can detect their own offspring growing nearby through root grafts and mycorrhizal connections. These mother trees then preferentially send carbon, water, and nutrients to their kin, helping them survive and grow in the challenging environment of the forest understory. But resource sharing isn't limited to parent-offspring relationships. Trees can also support unrelated neighbors, particularly during times of stress. The generosity of trees extends even to different species. Section 8. Plant alliances: cooperation in the forest. The plant world is full of surprising alliances and cooperative relationships that go beyond simple resource sharing. Plants have evolved various strategies to work together, enhancing their collective survival and resilience. One common form of plant alliance is known as companion planting, where different plant species grow better when planted close together. For example, marigolds are often planted alongside tomatoes because they release chemicals that repel harmful nematodes and other pests. In forest ecosystems, we see even more complex alliances. Some trees form what are known as guilds, groups of different species that support each other's growth and survival. Plant alliances can also extend to relationships with animals and insects. These intricate relationships demonstrate the interconnectedness of all life in an ecosystem. Section 9. The impact on ecosystems beyond individual plants. The communication and cooperation we've explored among plants have profound implications that extend far beyond individual organisms. These interactions play a crucial role in shaping entire ecosystems, influencing biodiversity, resilience to environmental stresses, and even global climate regulation. One of the most significant impacts of plant communication is on ecosystem resilience. The ability of plants to warn each other of threats and share resources helps forests and other plant communities withstand challenges like pest outbreaks, diseases, and climate fluctuations. Plant communication also plays a crucial role in maintaining biodiversity. The complex networks of interactions between different plant species, as well as between plants and other organisms like fungi and insects, create niches that support a wide variety of life. On a global scale, the cooperative nature of plant communities contributes significantly to carbon sequestration and climate regulation. As we face the challenges of climate change, understanding and preserving these plant communication systems becomes increasingly important for global environmental health. Section 10. The future of plant communication research. As our understanding of plant communication grows, so too does the potential for groundbreaking applications in agriculture, forestry, and environmental conservation. In agriculture, insights from plant communication studies could revolutionize crop management practices. By understanding how plants warn each other of pests and diseases, we might develop more effective and environmentally friendly pest control strategies. Forestry practices could also be transformed by a deeper understanding of plant communication. Perhaps most excitingly, research into plant communication could open up new avenues for environmental conservation and restoration.